Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, about 9 o'clock in the morning, April 21st. So about 6 o'clock this morning, we were running our silos to make our mix. You can see the corn silage is running right now. Anyhow, we were running the haylage silo here, and she stopped coming down, so I figured we just need to change the door. So I crawled up there and assessed the situation, and we swapped the door out. Anyhow, started up and she wouldn't move. Turns out we snapped I guess something inside our gearbox. I think it's just a roll pin, but we gotta take it apart today and we're going to see what happened. Hopefully it's just that roll pin and we can replace it with a grade 8 bolt. But we'll get up there and we'll take this thing apart. I've never taken it apart before, so I guess we'll do it together and figure it out. So I'll meet you guys up there and we'll start ripping into this thing. Alright guys, we made it up here to the silo. So this is what I was trying to show in my last video, what a silo unloader actually looks like. So you got a snout here, and then you got it's basically just a long unit, stretches across about 3/4 of the silo. So you got augers over here that start scraping up the feed, and it takes it up towards this blower here. It'd be this deal right here. And then it blows it up and then out the snoot down the doors, and then it lands on the floor or whatever conveyor you got to take the feed wherever you need to go. So we're only a couple doors up. You can see the skid steer tire right there. I think there's what, 4 or 5 doors? 5 doors in here yet, so it's almost empty. So anyhow, our issue this morning was that I needed to switch a door. So I already swapped the door, but from here it was up there. Once it gets so high, there's like a slip shaft right here. When it gets so far, this top pipe comes out of this hoop, and the whole snout kind of veers off to the one side and starts piling up haylage on a pile over here, not making it out the door. So what that causes is those wheels right here to start spinning, and usually they just dig a hole, but today it must have started hopping real bad. And the drive shaft here that goes into this gearbox usually snaps off this pin, but today it snapped off inside the gearbox. So I called our dealer, our farm repair shop, and they said that rather than taking the whole gearbox off and sending it into them or having them come out, I guess there's a cover that's on top of here. And this is all just, I guess, called chaff. It just blows around, gets dry. So let's get all this cleaned off. And there's a cover, and there it is. A couple bolts here. Here's where we put the oil in. So I guess I wasn't aware there's a cover on the top. So we'll start taking this off and get it cleaned up so none of this stuff falls in there. And we'll take it apart. So looks like I brought some wrenches up with me because I had to go up to the other silo already anyhow. Looks like we got 2 3/4 we gotta take off here, and I think these are 3/8. Looks like there should be, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of them maybe. So all right, I'll put you guys down and we'll start taking this apart. All right, we got the cover off. That actually didn't come out too bad. I was always surprised how easy them bolts came out. Usually it's a complete headache. So let's see what we got. Have to move these belts here once. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to take this off here just to spin this. I'll have to run down and get some more wrenches for that. Otherwise, I can't spin that on one gear with that drive shaft still on there to see what's actually going on. But looks like there's the pin they're talking about right here. So, I mean, it's... Well, we'll get that drive shaft off of there. We'll be able to spin that a little more free. See what's all going on in here. So, I'll grab some tools and we'll be right back. Alright, made her back up here with some tools. So, we'll get this guy off of here. It's kind of hard to set you guys up anywhere to get a decent view. But, what do you do? So, yeah, so anyhow, this is the Jailer silo unloader, for anybody wondering. This loader is probably, I'd say maybe 10 or 12 years old. It could be 15 years old for all I remember. I was just a little guy when we put this up here. But, so anyhow, like this one holds our silage right now, or haylage I should say, second crop. So what second crop means is actually it's the second cutting of the year, whether it be freshly planted stuff, or if you planted it last year, year before, or whatever, however long it's been in hay. Your second crop is always your second cutting for the year come springtime. So, for anybody wondering that, grab my hammer. The hammer went. And that joint's a little wore out, but this might be the last time this silo gets filled, just because the silo is in such bad shape. Jeepers. Put this back in here so we don't lose it. It's real easy to lose tools and all this stuff here because it don't take much to just cover it up. So always keep your stuff in your pockets or bring up a piece of cardboard to lay stuff on. All right, we'll put these on the cardboard just like I said. Or our metal piece or a bag I brought up here. So now we should be able to see this gear move. See what the heck's going on. Well, I just can't get it to move enough. And it moves super slow, so maybe we're just not seeing it. I don't know. Boy, she definitely feels like it's there. All right, well, I'll get it facing forward here and get that bolt to the top, and we'll find out what's going on. Be back with you. All right, guys. So I got it facing the way we need it to face here. So if you can see this little pin right here, oh, it's too bright or what? But anyhow, that's going to be, it was either going to be a roll pin or a solid pin. If it's a solid pin, they said it was going to be tapered, and it looks like I have the smaller end on the top. I did rotate it all the way around, and the other side is bigger. So anyhow, I had to take the bigger belt off here to stop the drive of the blower. So anyhow, the one belt drives the gearbox, which drives the augers and the wheels on the outside. The big belt just drives the blower. So anyhow, yeah, it goes through this shaft, which turns both the augers with these worm gears, and then off of the one auger drives our axle. They also said that this pin lines up with the outside pin as far as the hole is going to be the same way. So right now our inside pin is straight up and down. Obviously this one is not. So it's probably just bound up. Oh, there it goes. So I'm able to move it. So we'll get this pin lined up straight up and down. I'll run down and get a punch and we'll punch that out, and I'm gonna guess on what size bolt length I'm gonna need. They said just put in a grade 8 to replace it. So I'll run down and get a few things, come back up here, we'll get that lined up, get that knocked out, and hopefully it comes out okay. I guess we'll see. All right. All right, guys, made her back up here with some tools. So anyhow, I got that lined up, and I had the shaft lined up, but I, for the life of me, could not seem to get that shaft, the old hole, to line up with that hole. So I kind of ventured off without you guys here. So anyhow, what I ended up doing was I thought I was able to pull this shaft out, just out of the seal here, which whatever, it is what it is. We ended up, oop, hold on, I think my light died. Okay. So anyhow, I ended up just undoing these bolts, pulling that whole bearing assembly out of here. This is kind of what it looks like in there. She died again. Running out of battery in the light here. Anyhow, bearing. Here's where that, you can kind of see it right here. That's where the bolt or the shear pin is. So I'll get this pounder out of here. We'll get that pounder out of the worm gear there, and we'll try to get it back together here. I don't know if I get some batteries from the light here or what the heck's going on. Here, oh, it's dead. All right, we'll get back to you. We got another light here anyhow, so I'll get that pounded out and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I got the shaft reinstalled, so just had to tap that race back in for that bearing, just used a punch, went through the holes. It went in pretty nice actually. So we got our shaft lined up here. Right in here you can try to see where the seal used to ran, and it was nice and clean, so we pushed that back in, and now we're able to, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we can look straight through our hole. So we'll set you guys up here. I know my lighting sucks now because it's back on now, but the light just kind of dies out. So I got my other light. I'll take you guys through here. We got a bolt. So here's our bolt here. They said just use a grade 8 to go straight through it. Hopefully it fits in there. Maybe it'll fit in from the other way since it is tapered. We'll just drive it home. So, so I'll get that thing to rotate over. So it's kind of what I did is I raised the silo loader up, and I propped up the augers on the other end too here, so they're off the feed. And I got the blower belt off, I guess, and I got the silent loader switch on downstairs, but it's unplugged up here, so I'll plug it back in. We'll turn this over 180 degrees, get the bigger hole up top. So we'll show you kind of how that runs here, so hang tight. Let's see. One more time will do it. A little bit further, but you can kind of see what's going on here. It's just how it rotates and everything. So we'll try one more time. Oh yeah, a little pass, but we can work with that. Let's rotate it back a little bit. Boy, a simple project until it turned into, I think we're going on about over an hour now. Just from up and down, grabbing different tools, not knowing what to expect. So, make sure this hole's lined up with the shaft. Oh boy, it's kind of hard to see now. Okay, I think we're pretty close. We'll try our bolt again. Hoping this just goes straight through, but I'm guaranteed it's probably not. Oh. Maybe our shaft just ain't lined up quite right. Oh, hey, we got something here. Okay, get a ratchet on there. And hopefully it'll just kind of thread down is what they've said they've done it before, so, I mean, if they can do it, we should be able to do it, right? I suppose I need some pressure on there. All right, let's we'll rotate it over here. That should have been a long, yep, all right, we can feel it. I'll rotate it probably about halfway so we get the nuts on the other side, and we'll tighten it down. Oh, here I thought I left it on too long. Almost perfect. I don't know if I'll have enough room to get 2 nuts on there or not, but I'll try. I brought 2. A little further because I'll get a wrench on the back yet. Okay, I think we'll sit there, get our nuts here. So I'm not sure if I should have had this on the time lapse, or if you guys enjoy watching this step by step, or what's going on really. Sometimes I can't keep just talking. There's only so many things a guy can talk about, I think. Some guys can ramble on and on, but sometimes I think this stuff gets, if it gets boring to watch, let me know. Comment down below. If some of this stuff is just taking too long, or hey, you'd like to see this kind of stuff and I guess live action rather than a time lapse, let me know. But I think you guys get the idea here. I'll probably put you up on a time lapse, or I'll just finish this up here. Once I get it done, I'll bring you guys back and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we got it all fixed back up, got everything back together. I don't know what I said before, Jailer, J-Star, whatever, but it's a Vandale Magnum 2 Series. I don't know, they always kind of change names, whatever, but it might be a J-Star or something, I don't know, but that's what it is, Vandale. So anyhow, I'll get a shot of it running here since we're still up here and I got some decent light, but I'll start it up for you, show you what's gonna go on here, and then we'll see you downstairs. Alright guys, made it back down here from the silo. We got it going. I had it running for a few minutes now, but now she's pumping the feed out. So I'd say we didn't do too bad. Like I said, never did that before. Really wasn't the worst job to do. Just kind of basic, you know, remove some bolts, pop a pin out of place, put a new one back in it, put some RTV back on, and we're back in business for another day anyhow. So we're gonna let this run, get enough down so I can feed the cows again, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.